I'm Bob Bundy, and I am was the former representative of District 3 when this project came about, and I also was chair of Lancaster County Council. When the project came about, I was very much aware that we had a flooding problem in the Gills Creek area. It was a problem to where whenever we had any kind of rain event, I guess a substantial rain event, then we'd have flooding of the bridge or the culvert, and with the flooding of the culvert, then you would isolate a certain population of the area, and that was just unacceptable. So something had to be done, and there were several different solutions that were proposed, and one of the things that ended up becoming a problem with the solutions was that we also had an endangered species there. The Carolina Heelsplitter mussel was living in the area, and we had to have consideration for that.
Creek Drive, not only Gills Creek Drive itself, but the entire, I guess, basin area, especially those along the main stream line, gave our county crossings a very hard time, especially with moderate to heavy rains. I mean, they would flood and get clogged with debris, you know, on the simplest of thunderstorms, which caused a problem for county, not only county public works forces, but county emergency personnel, because two of the roads, Happy Trail and Gills Creek Drive, were dead-end roads with no access. So as we undertook these programs to try and improve through, you know, just our regular work order system, it became evident that, you know, we didn't have the staff nor the manpower to give an engineered fix that would last, you know, for a long time.
So we had the flooding in one hand, we had the consideration for the Carolina Heelsplitter on another. So what we ended up doing was we had to redevise the road system to accommodate the increased water, but we also had to accommodate the living habitat of the Carolina Heelsplitter. This involved several agencies working together, and that was where the project really came together, and I think that's something that all entities can really be proud of. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife set the criteria for the habitat for the Carolina Heelsplitter, and oftentimes it ends up that certain construction entities and the road building part becomes in conflict with the preservation part of it.
And again, you know, we had more utility issues there with, you know, some power line poles that needed to be moved, a phone line. Nothing, again, was bored under the creek, so we had to make temporary arrangements while construction was going on. So again, we reached out and communicated with the utility providers, Duke Energy, Comporium, Lancaster County Natural Gas, and again, Lancaster County Water Sewer District. So a little bit more, that project was a little more time consuming. But funding challenges were, you know, obviously a local government with, you know, the strains of trying to maintain miles of local roadway, including the drainage, you know, presented a big challenge to us, because just one of these projects in itself was enough for, you know, probably a third or fourth of the entire fiscal year's maintenance budget. County's part, again, was engineering and materials and any additional things needed while the crews were on site. Again, equipment and labor provided by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, who also purchased the structure, again, a much larger structure than the ones upstream Happy Trail and Langley Road.
On all three culverts, we provided the planning and design services in order for those culverts to be installed, which, you know, that included the hydrology and hydraulic calculations, working with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services on the endangered species, as well as working with the Army Corps of Engineers for environmental permitting.
Okay. And what are the benefits to a bottomless culvert as opposed to a traditional culvert?
Well, there's several benefits. One, it's hydraulically superior to a non-bottomless culvert. But the major factor in these projects is the ability for the streams to sort of rebuild themselves back to their original state, which helps with the migration of aquatic species throughout that stream system.
The plan was to upgrade the culverts to not only alleviate the flooding, but also protect the habitat of the Heelsplitter
Because during the project, I would swing by every now and then and see how it was going, and they were bolting together parts of the culvert and such. But the residents were so enthusiastic about it, they would bring lunch to the employees who were working on it. They would come by and check on the progress and such. And the end result is just really incredible. The heel splitter was reintroduced, or a new population was reintroduced not too long ago. After that, the first big rain event, I actually swung by and took some pictures of water going through the culvert, and it was doing exactly what it should be doing. But none of that would have happened without the cooperation of the SCDOT, the Lancaster County, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife.